Hey guys, I'm Asher, here to show you how to conquer the outdoors. 2 days ago, these chicks hatched out of my incubator, and my buddy Colby asked me what kind of incubator I use. So I'm going to do a review and show you how to set up the Magicfly Incubator. Also, Colby's got a super fun YouTube channel, Stop Motion Legos. I'm going to put the link in the description below for his channel. Alright, I'm here with my incubator and all its parts. I got an incubator for my birthday because we have some chickens. I love hatching chicks, and I thought, well, why not? So I picked this incubator because I was looking on Amazon forever, and I saw this one. I was looking at the reviews. Everybody likes it, and it's just everybody loved it, whoever I read about. So it's a real set and forget it incubator. The parts of the incubator are the top shell, the bottom shell. You have your egg tray. You have the top grid and the bottom grid. How you can tell the bottom grid is the bottom grid will have 6 legs on it. The top grid will have this rack. The top shell will have all the batteries and everything inside. Bottom shell will have this. How you set it up is you take your bottom shell. You want, the instructions say 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of water, but depending on what I do, I add more depending on what I'm hatching. So put it in, pour that in. See, that's not really enough there. It looks so little. So that's what they say, but I always add a little more. Then you take your bottom tray, you add bottom grid, sorry. You take your grid with the legs, you put it down. So it's facing down, so it's sitting up. Then you take your top grid with the rims facing up, rims, tracks. You face that up, you put that in. Just like that. Then you'll take your egg tray, and you'll put the egg tray inside of those tracks. Depending on what you have in there, these are movable, removable, and it'll come with 4. So it can hatch anything from quail eggs, chicken eggs, turkey eggs, goose egg, duck eggs. I've hatched 3 sets of chicken eggs and 1 set of duck eggs. So there's individual little grids here that you just set in for chickens. Set it in there. So then you can have 3, 6, 9. This, if I don't keep that, then it's always big, so I just add another one in there for that. Then what you will do is you'll take your top grid, and there's this little bar right here. This little bar will go right inside this slit. So what you do, you just put it right in that slit, and then just make sure it's on there. So a couple times I've put it on there, I got on there. That's cracked. I don't know, it's not good. Lets your humidity out way too fast. You put that in, and then you plug it in. For chickens, you have it at 38 degrees Celsius, which is about, I think, 90 degrees, 100 degrees. I'm not really sure. You'll have to look into that depending on what kind of bird you use. Hatch. But other than that, if you're doing chickens, after 21 days, be watching for it. You'll have some little chicks peeping out, and it's just super fun. I hatch them in my room. So I think it's day 18, what you're going to do is you're going to take the top grid and the egg tray out. So the eggs are just resting on here. You don't want to turn them anymore after day 18. It's called lockdown. Lockdown, you take the top grid, the egg tray, and you just let it sit in there so then they're still. Because what that does is they're turning inside their yolk to the position to crack. So if they turn, then they'll be out of position and they can't crack. And they can't hatch out of their shell. So you're going to want them completely still after day 18. Also, you're going to need the humidity up, so you're going to I put paper towels in here with some water, add more humidity. And then I just watch them hatch. I love waking up in the morning, and then there's just cheeping. It's like, oh, what's that? Oh, more chicks. Yay. I got more chicks in the world. So, yeah, that's a Magicfly. That's how to set it up. I like it. And, yeah, overall, I think it's just a wonderful Magicfly Incubator. And if you want an incubator, I would highly suggest this one. Alright, while I was doing the video, I said turning in their yolk. And then afterwards, a friend asked me what turning their yolk means, so I'm going to explain that to you. On day 18, when they go into lockdown, what they're doing is getting into position to hatch. So they use that yolk as like an oil, and they turn inside their shells into hatching position. They need to be a certain hatching position for them to be able to hatch. So they use it as an oil, they get into hatching position, and then right before they hatch, they soak it up. And that soaking up will give them nutrients and energy after they hatch, and it will last 24 hours after they hatch of using that nutrients that they soaked up from the yolk. But before they hatch, they use that yolk as like an oil to turn inside their shells. Okay, I was putting my stuff away and I realized I should have told you something. After that first egg has pipped means first put their first crack in the shell, do not open that incubator unless there's an emergency. Especially once they have the first chick has hatched, then it becomes even more so. Because what happens is when they go into lockdown, you add extra water to make more humidity. Because when if that humidity gets out of the incubator when you open it up, what happens is the membrane inside the shell but over the chick will shrink wrap. When it shrink wraps, it just like dries up, gets leathery, and then the chick cannot move. If it cannot move, it cannot hatch, and then you either help it or it dies. But once it gets shrink wrap, it can't hatch on its own. So no matter what, unless there's a really bad emergency, do not open that incubator until all the chicks have hatched. Alright, see you in the next video.